Hi there everybody, Paul Raven here. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to Everything Lifestyle. On the channel I aim to discuss and question and provide information on everything lifestyle related, whether that's social, emotional, physical health, mental health, social health, financial freedom, self-growth, financial growth, income streams, everything in between. So today, I just wanted to take a little bit of your time. I've got a message come through, a question, exercise and fitness training related. Let's jump on in. Let's have a look, see what the question says. So the question says, "Hi Paul, it's Brandon. Getting back into the gym soon, but with my girlfriend. Just need some advice for her. She's overweight and wants to lose it and get a generally firmer body. What exercises and diets would you recommend?" Firstly, I want to thank you, Brandon, for sending in your question. And I want to congratulate you on getting back into the gym. I think that's a very important step. And also, I think that's a great step, especially having your partner involved within that journey as well. I think that's a very positive thing to do. Now, the question is quite compound. There's a few moving parts to that question. There's a few moving levers that I'd like to address.
Getting attacked by a bee or a wasp.
But what I'd like to do is take my time and just dissect that question a little bit. So getting back into the gym, so clearly there's been some time off here. There's been a hiatus from the gym, from doing some sorts of physical activity. You've said that your partner is overweight. Now, the degree of being overweight, that's with minimal information on height, weight and things like this. If we're going off of BMI, there's not a great deal there in context. Training and diet. Let's get to the crux of this. Diet. The best diet I can recommend, Brandon, is a balanced one, and one that you can adhere to for your partner. That means a diet that you can adhere to, you have compliance with, one that ticks all the boxes. That's the best diet. Not going to advocate a intermittent fasting diet, a ketogenic diet. I'm not going to advocate a really high protein and a really high fat and a modest carb, or I'm not going to advocate any of this. As we know, the best diets out there are the ones that we generally stick to, the ones that we adhere to. The goal, weight loss. We're only going to achieve that goal by reducing the calories or increasing our exercise output, and that would be most efficiently achieved via cardiovascular exercise, walking, increasing your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Don't have to run everywhere. Don't have to get on the stepper. We don't have to get on the step mill. Just walk. Go for a walk. Increase your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Those individuals that fidget a lot tend to have a higher NEAT and turn over more caloric expenditure. Firstly, we could look at adding in some more simple walking. That's quite a plausible means to expend more calories. We haven't got to go on any crazy runs or anything like this. Exercise. If your partner's new to the gym and this is going to be a very new, novel experience, then firstly, it's about turning this experience into a habit. And once we have formed a habit, we can then try and crystallize that habit into a behavior. We can fall out of habits. When they become behaviours, we tend to adhere to them a little bit more. No different to brushing your teeth in the morning, no different to brushing your teeth at night, because that is a behaviour. That's something that you've done over a chronic period of time. That's something that you've adhered to for a long, long time, and it's more behaviourally based. Habits, we can form and break those quite easily with a little bit of motivation. Sidelining, going off onto a tangent. I would recommend going to the gym 3 times a week, spreading it out across the week for ease. Make it so that you can stick to it. So you're not doing 3 days on the bounce, back to back. When you and your partner become a little bit more intermediary, a little bit more advanced even, we can then start looking at stacking days on top of each other. Depends on your work commitments and your life balance. And with the exercise, No crazy fancy exercise training routines. There's nothing really that should be striking here. Compound exercises, or what's referred to as compound exercises, big exercises, multi-joint exercises. I'm not a big fan of using compound and isolation business. You can't really isolate a muscle. It's a bit of a weird term really, you can't really do that. Big exercises, squats, leg press, chest press, lat pull down, a row. Do the big exercises. You mentioned that your partner wants to firm up. Well, this firming business comes from repeated bout effect. The musculature, the muscle quality increases and improves. The muscles actually become tighter, more tonic, hypertonicity. Muscles can become too tight and you can get restrictions and things like this. 3 times a week, resistance training. Do full body. Pick one body part each training session. So you might do one for legs, one for quads, one for hams, one for chest and shoulders, one for arms, biceps, triceps, one for back. Do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesday, pick another exercise for the different body part. Mix it up, 3 or 4 sets. So at the end of the week, you've achieved 9 to 12 sets per body part. 4 sets Monday on chest, 4 sets Wednesday on chest, 4 sets Friday on chest. To make sure that you're not wasting your time, I would be looking at, in terms of intensity, making sure that these sets are adequately difficult. There's enough resistance there. What do I mean by that? Make sure that you do 4 hard sets or 3 hard sets. Now, a hard set is where you take the set to 2 to 3 reps before failure. You know that's a difficult set. You don't have to go to failure. You don't have to go and grinding yourself into the floor. 2 to 3 reps before failure. That's a hard set. That's enough. That's an adequate stimulus. And you'll do that for your 4 sets. Make sure you do a couple of warm-up sets beforehand. Make sure you're appropriately prepared for it. But I think that's more than adequate to start off with. And diet, make sure it's balanced. If you want to lose weight, I've got a video actually up. It's a short, so go check that out. I might put a link up somewhere. You'll be able to find it. Work out your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. Use a calculator online. Quite easy. This will take into account your age, your height, your weight, your physical activity level. Once you've got this down, once you've got this figure, you know, it's not a hard and fast figure. There is some tinkering and experimenting. Just eat a little bit below that figure. Now, I for one, I'm not a big advocate for having people do lots and lots and lots of cardio to get below their TDEE. But I'm also not an individual to say, right, you need to strip your calories back to 1200 calories just to lose weight. There has to be a point where calories have to come out, but that's not usually something that happens straight away. A lot of individuals who want to lose weight will go straight to the calories and start ripping calories out. And I don't think that's a very wise idea. Going back to the point I made earlier, adherence. You won't be able to adhere to that. It's not going to be a very nice thing. So increase your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Are you doing 10,000 steps a day? No, do 10,000 steps a day. Keep your calories the same. Do a week of that. Have you lost any weight? No, brilliant. So on top of your 10,000 steps every day, it's not hard to achieve that, really. You've got your 3 workouts in, daily 10,000 step limit, weight staying the same. Okay, so your food's staying the same, increase your steps. We'll go for 12,000 steps every day. 5 days a week, so an extra 10,000 steps. Your weight should start to move somewhere because you're expending more energy, as long as your food stays the same. To the point where it becomes unfeasible to move more, because you, A, simply it's eating into your recovery, and B, you haven't actually got the time resources to enable more walking or cardio. Then you can start looking at reducing your calories ever so slowly. Don't drop your calories crazy, very slowly. But that doesn't mean then that you give up on the walking or the cardio or the non-exercise activity thermogenesis or your exercise activity thermogenesis. It means that you slowly take away those calories. And that's you know, and you've got to then be asking yourself, why are you doing that? Is there an event that you're getting yourself ready for? Is there a period of time that you want to look a certain way for? It would be much easier to maintain a level of physical activity which provides you with the balance of the nutrition that you like to intake, your diet, your day-to-day diet, but also then for maintenance of health and feasibility. As, just going to move the camera to this side, as you need to be able to adhere to this. It's a lifestyle. So take away points. Work out your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. Once you've got that down, start to look at physical activity. Yeah. Once you've got physical activity down, make sure that it's set. 10,000 steps a day, on top of your 3 workouts a week, big movements, 3 to 4 hard sets per body part per session. So your total weekly accumulative hard sets will be between 9 and 12 hard sets. Hard sets are defined as sets that are taken 2 to 3 reps before failure. You know that you're working hard enough then. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a learning experience. And mostly enjoy it. Learn to enjoy it. Learn to take away from each week. And of course, if you've got any other further questions, then reach out to me. More than welcome to do that. Take care of yourselves. Ta-ra.